Good morning, Body Transformation Coach. Um, Today I just want to talk about why are we demonizing fruit juice all the time like it's full of sugar. Okay, now I have a glass of orange juice, fruit juice every single day of the week. I also have a piece of fruit, so that is essentially me having my 2 items of fruit every day. And if I want to eat more than that, then I will do. When we look at the supposed calculations of everything, 75 grams of fructose is apparently what the liver can hold at any one time, which equates to around about 5 pieces of fruit at, let's say, 80 grams a piece. So this one banana is 15 grams of sugar, although it's not all sugar because it's fructose, sucrose and glucose. Okay, all fruits contain all three of those, and now fructose, obviously, as I said, is absorbed in the liver. Sucrose, glucose is absorbed in the stomach. So they are slightly different, they behave slightly differently, but essentially they are all sugars. Don't get me wrong, don't shoot me down in the comments. So as I say, 150 ml of orange juice is around about 13, 14, 15 grams of sugar, which is a piece of fruit. Okay, so for me, I generally have a mixed fruit juice because that gives me the different minerals that are within that fruit juice, as opposed to just having one like orange. If I can't get the tropical fruit one that I like, then I obviously have the orange, because I have a banana every day and I have my glass of orange, which is no different to me eating a whole orange. Okay, yes, you could argue that there's less fibre in this because it's been processed to some degree to squeeze the orange in the first place. But I would argue the negligibility of that. I mean, you're talking like half a gram to a gram of fibre, which I could probably make up somewhere else if I really wanted to, let's be honest. So I went to the supermarket. I bought an orange juice, which I would never buy because it's made from concentrate. I don't like juice made from concentrate because it's been frozen and all these other things have been done to it to get it to a point where they can travel around the world and then reconstitute it with some dirty water and then call it orange juice. So even though this is branded, I am not paid or sponsored by anybody, and so therefore I'm going to try not to show the name, but this is just a standard £1.50 or something orange juice, okay, 1 litre. Now in here, 150 mils equates to half a gram of fat. Not sure where that comes from, and 0.1 gram of that, of which saturates. 12.8 grams of carbohydrate, of which 12 grams is sugar. So as I said before, 12, 13, 14, 15 grams roughly in 150 mils, as opposed to that 80 gram piece of fruit. Starch 0.8, fibre 0.5, interesting, protein 0.9. Now this is a fruit juice which I drink every day. Okay, again, not paid promotion, not paid by Innocent, but I've always drunk Innocent because for me it was the only one that didn't contain additional sugars. Now when I look on the cheaper version, there are no additional sugars in here. This is only concentrate, so it claims, but I'm not sure where the fat content comes from, because there isn't any fat in my oranges. Because in the Innocent one, my 150 ml has 0 fat, of which 0 saturates. It has 14 grams of carbohydrate, which is a tiny little bit higher, of which 13 grams of sugars, which is interesting because this is pure fruit juice and no added sugar, right? It says so on the label. This definitely has no added sugar in it. It just says fruit from concentrate as the ingredients. There is no sugar on the label. So interesting that this has fractionally, by 0.2 or whatever, higher sugar content than the concentrate. But what is interesting here is the fibre. The fibre in this is 1 gram, and the salt is 0. So there's salt in the cheaper juice. There's half the fibre. Now that would make sense because this comes from wherever it comes from exactly. This is just 13 squeezed orange juice, as says so on the label, apparently. So if this really is just 13 squeezed oranges, then obviously I would expect the fibre content to be marginally higher than this. And this is the smooth version. I'm sure the one with bits in has an even higher fibre content. But the one thing that I did want to say is, all those people out there telling you that fruit juice is just pure sugar, but technically it's not. It's glucose, and if you're calling sugar sucrose, then it's glucose and fructose. They're not, as I say, they're from a family, but so starch is sugar. Anyway, I digress. The most important thing is, do you know 150 mils of this, the calories or the caloric value for those that care more about calories than they do about macronutrients, and 150 mils of this, 62 calories. They're identical. Now this is £1.50 and this is £3. And that's 150 mil. Trust me, I've weighed it. I drink it every day, remember, 20 years. I know what 150 mil looks like. But they have the same caloric value. And they also have the same caloric value as that. So is orange juice really that bad? Or is it just another way of getting one piece of fruit in a day? If you don't like eating fruit, if you don't like bananas, if you don't want to eat an orange, vitamin C is massively important. Why would you not have a glass of orange juice if you need it? For the 13 grams of sugar that's in there. You know there's 56 grams of sugar in a can of Monster Energy? And you want to argue about the 13 grams of sugar that's in there? It's the only 13 grams of sugar I have in my day. I'm not about to stop now, I'm sorry. Take care of yourselves and each other.